Good morning, and thank you for joining us for today's demo. My name is Rihanna Selzer, and I'm an Acumatica consultant at About IT. Today, we'll be learning more about the importing and processing of bank transactions in Acumatica. Let us do a quick overview of the Cash Management module. In this module, you will manage all business operations that involve cash, allowing you to maintain your cash accounts from one location. As you can see, the interface for the cash management screen is similar to the interface for the general ledger and other submodules within Acumatica. In this demo, we will be looking at the following: how to create a cash account, funds transfer, import of bank statement, and matching and reconciliation of bank accounts. Let us start with how to create a cash account. There are a few steps in creating a cash account. Firstly, we need to set up the payment methods. Here, you need to specify the means of payment and whether it will be used in accounts payable and accounts receivable, as well as the defaults for each of the modules. Next, you need to create the entry types. Here you need to specify the entry types, whether it's a disbursement or a receipt, in which module it is, and the default offset account and the default offset sub-account. Next, you need to specify the cash account's currency in the general ledger. What you can see here is our cash account, and we have specified USD currency for this specific cash account. Now you can create a cash account. The following information is required: the cash account ID. This is normally the GL account that you have specified for this account. Then the account is where you link the GL account to this cash account. As you can see, the currency pulls through automatically from the chart of accounts. You can also set up the cash account per branch. The external reference number is important if you're going to import your bank statements. The description is the name of the cash account. You also need to define if it requires reconciliation, if it's a clearing account, and if you need to restrict visibility with branch. You then have to select the correct reconciliation numbering sequence. This is already set up in Acumatica. Then you need to select the payment methods that you will use with this cash account. In our example, you will use check and Fed wire. And the entry types, you will add the entry types that you set up and specify the tax settings. If tax applicable needs to be specified on the chart of accounts. You can now save as the cash account is set up. Now, let us start with the funds transfer. You can enter funds transfer in this module. Let us look at an example. Insert a description for the transfer here. You select the bank account. You need to make the transfer from, in this case, it will be the company checking account of the subsidiary. Select the date that transfer was done. Insert a reference for this specific transfer. Insert the specific amount of the transfer. Next, you will need to select the cash account that needs to receive this transfer. In our instance, it will be the company checking account. As you can see, the rest of the information like date, the reference number, and the amount pulls through automatically. You can now take off hold, save, and release. You can now proceed to do the import and reconciliation of bank statement. Firstly, we need to import our transactions from our bank. There are two ways in which we can do this, either by import bank transactions or straight from process bank transactions screen. We will be using the process bank transaction form. Here you need to select the applicable cash account that you want to do a recon for. In our case, we want to select the company checking account. Now you can upload by upload file. Choose file. Select the bank statement that you have exported from your bank and say upload. After we have uploaded the bank statement, we can now see the transactions that we need to match. Some of the transactions have already been created using the accounts payable and account receivable sub-module. Let us match these transactions. As you can see here, we match to invoice. You need to select the tick box for the transaction to be matched. For this, we already created the payment and we can as well match to the payment. The same goes for AR transactions. As we can see, we can also match the transfer that we have created earlier. We can now process the ones that we have already matched. This will create the applicable documents in the sub-modules if needed. As you can see, there's only one transaction left to match. Acumatica allows us to add transactions on the fly to account for new transactions like interest payment and bank charges. Let us create the remaining transaction for the bank charge. Select Create. As you can see, here you can create transactions for accounts payable, account receivable, and cash accounts. We'll use cash accounts. Now, we need to select the entry type with the predefined GL account we need to use. As you can see, already created transaction. You just need to confirm that the account, the amount, and the offset account is still correct. Now you can select Process. What this will do is create a transaction in Acumatica and offset to our bank charges account. Let us look how it was posted to the bank and general ledger. Take note of the following. Acumatica has chosen the correct cash account. The entry type you have chosen on the previous screen. Acumatica identifies that this transaction was disbursement. If you go to the financial details, click on the blue hyperlink and you will see how this transaction has affected the general ledger. As you can see, it credited the company checking account and debited the bank service charges. Now, we have completed the importing of bank transactions. We have matched the transactions to the ones we could and created the additional transactions in Acumatica so that we can reconcile to our bank account. The final step is to reconcile the bank statement. Select the plus sign. Choose the specific account that you want to reconcile. As you can see, it automatically loads all the documents that affected the cash account. Now you can choose the reconciliation date. We want to do it for the end of January. As you can see, the load documents up to date automatically change to be the same as the reconciliation date. With the transactions, you can see the ones that we've processed on the previous screen will show as cleared. And if you posted a transaction and reversed it, it will also show here. However, the effect will be 0. You can select all the transactions that match your bank statement. Enter your statement balance as per your bank statement. You can see there's no difference. Now you can take it off hold, save, and release. Now my work for the bank account is completed.